Hello there, lovely. Good morning and welcome to Camnet TV's Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Joe Smarter. Now, this morning we have a lot lined up for you in terms of current affairs. But to begin with, let's try to go into what the papers are saying this morning. Okay, so we are getting ready for what the papers are saying this particular morning, and there you have it. Apologize, Mama Chikamoneka ages Nalumango for imita ufole slight. Beware, police warn car hire operators. Educate Nations UK envoy. Please come through and tell us what you think about our headlines this particular morning, coming from, of course, our newspaper. If you look at our newspaper this morning, and this is the headline peak, obviously, you'll be able to tell us your views. This is the must, and the must comes with this particular headline. We are not stopping GBM, says Mwimbu. We are not stopping GBM, says Mwimbu. Educated Nations prosper, says UK envoy. Apologize, Mama Chikamoneka ages Nalumango for imita ufole slight. Now, this comes at the work of obviously the Vice President saying that they are making those remarks of imita ufole, and we'll go back to that particular headline. For those that are just joining us, this is what we are talking about imita ufole, that headline that came obviously from the Vice President. Those are the remarks attributed to the Vice President when she was talking about obviously the incentives that government is giving to members of the public, particularly the women, urging them to fall pregnant so that they can also participate. But I know, as a mother, the Vice President never meant anything harmful. She was obviously just urging women out there to be able to take part in these social amenities that government is giving out there. I'm sure it wasn't meant for malice or anything like that. However, we'll be joined by our guest, Mr. Ibrahim Mwamba, who will be coming through on set in a few minutes. But for now, let's go to another daily tabloid. Okay, we go to a broadsheet, the Zambia Daily Mail. Now, the Zambia Daily Mail comes with a headline, I will pay back Bowman. Zambezi East lawmaker 800,000 kwacha over failed property deal. Now, obviously, there was a deal between the two members of parliament, the former member of parliament for Kabushi and former Lusaka province minister, Honorable Bowman Lusambo, and Zambezi East, a member of parliament, over the 800,000 kwacha failed property deal. But the former member of parliament, according to this headline, is saying he will pay back. And obviously, you can see a photo or picture of the President Hakainde Hichilema there during his visit to Egypt, obviously touring one of their labs there whilst in Egypt. He came back yesterday and he is in the country as we speak right now. Let's go to another headline. Okay, we go to the News Diggers. Now, News Diggers comes with a headline, HH brags in Egypt. I reopened the mine which was dead for 46 years. 6 presidents before me failed. HH brags in Egypt. I reopened the mine which was dead for 46 years. 6 presidents before me failed. Okay. Then we also have Esther returns without Lungu. Speaker orders statement on floods. ECZ certifies registered voters of 7,073,513 voters. Government officials clash over. Okay, so that's the News Diggers there. let's go to our last daily tabloid, obviously, which happens to be the Daily Nation. MP's lawyer arrested. 2 members of parliament, 1 female, 1 male, and one lawyer, who is Mukandila Celestine, obviously were arrested yesterday, as Luapula Province Police Chief Mwala Yui allegedly orders the arrest of MP and lawyer after they sued him for negligence and abuse of authority. Sampa's cash counterfeit scandal unfolds. Lubinda accuses Deputy Speaker of being an appendage of UPND. State fights stay of police seditious case. Audit Ministry of Energy, OMCs. All marketing companies are urging auditors to audit the Ministry of Energy. Okay, so that's what we have in the newspapers this morning, but you can come through obviously and comment on one of the daily tabloids there. We'll be having our guests who will be commenting on these particular headlines. But yesterday something unfortunate happened in police news. Obviously, 4 armed criminals ambushed a motorist. There were 2 occupants of that particular motor vehicle, and they ended up shooting at these innocent citizens and got away with an undisclosed amount of cash. And barely a few weeks ago, we saw how some young youths were gunned down right here in Lusaka by the Zambia police. Now, there were some mixed reactions from members of the public sympathizing with these criminals that have got no mercy for our citizens, and obviously netizens on social media are saying these particular criminals should not be shown mercy. The law should be taken into not people's hands, but the law should be taken further by finding them, like the police spokesperson did assure yesterday in a statement, that these particular criminals will be found, and the police have launched a serious investigation into this matter. And if you go on our Facebook page, obviously you will find a video that we extracted and that we put up there for you, the viewers, to actually have a feel of what transpired yesterday in Lilai, obviously near Shilanga, there along Kafua Road. And this is what happened yesterday. So unknown criminals, they got away with an undisclosed amount of cash, and as we speak right now, they are at large, and police, obviously the able men and women in uniform, the Zambia police, have launched a manhunt for these assailants. And we were told yesterday that the victims that were shot at are currently in the University Teaching Hospital, and are seriously injured. So motorists, be vigilant out there, especially if you are coming from the bank or going to the bank. Just be careful and make sure that there are no vehicles trailing you, because these people have got a way of knowing who's got money and who doesn't have money. But either way, please be careful out there. Exercise caution when you are on the road, and just make sure that no vehicle is trailing you. Be very cautious as you go to any bank to withdraw large sums of money. There are people out there that do not mean well for you and your hard-earned money. But we trust in the Zambia police, and we know they will do justice. They have a department that is known as the Scorpion Squad, and the popular C5 or the Flying Squad. We know that they like baptizing with copper bullets. And these words I'm saying are the words that the netizens are saying on social media, that there are some individuals, especially on TikTok. Maybe this is why the president discourages most youths to be on TikTok. There were some individuals on TikTok that were showing sympathy to the criminals that were gunned down last time, saying that no, he was a father, he was a brother, he was a sister, he was a boyfriend, husband to somebody. But at the end of the day, if they are involving themselves in criminal activities, the law will definitely take its course. and the law is not blind, whether somebody is a husband, a father to somebody. If you engage in criminal activities, our able men and women in uniform, the Zambia police, will fish you out, and they will show you that the law cannot be taken into your own hands. So I'm sure wherever these criminals are, they know what they did yesterday, and the police definitely will be able to hear from them today. Obviously they'll be able to give us an update. You know how our able men and women in uniform, how proactive they are when it comes to such matters. We'll be getting obviously good news soon regarding the pursuit of these criminals that do not mean well for Zambia. We do have a clip. Please, dear director, let's play that clip just to show the viewers what transpired yesterday.
What's like for 7?
AEB.
Okay, so that's what transpired yesterday, and that's the short clip that we wanted to show you, the viewers, so that you can have a feel of what transpired yesterday, so that as when you decide to post some of those messages sympathizing with these criminals when they're gunned down, and we saw some influencers and social media commentators and keyboard warriors condemning the Zambia police for gunning down criminals that were found trying to stage a robbery that was at Interland right here in Lusaka along Chilimburu Road. The Zambia police was condemned. Fast forward to those 4 criminals again who were gunned down by the Zambia police for engaging in criminal activities, for being involved in a spirit of car thefts. Again, the Zambia police was condemned, and some people are sympathizing with these criminals that do not have mercy. There's a saying out there that you will only realize how dangerous these criminals are when they pay you a visit. That's when you will know that they do not show mercy. So let the Zambia police do their job, and let the Zambia police take the law the way they feel fit, because they are the custodians of the law, and obviously for them to be able to apprehend somebody or to be able to shoot or gun down somebody who is trying to be violent or shoot at them, they cannot be blamed for that. That's their job. So we trust in the Zambia police, and we know that the country will be brought to closure regarding the shooting that took place yesterday. And these incidents have continued, and citizens obviously are saying what has gone wrong in our society, where we are seeing robberies taking place each and every day. It was only a fortnight ago when the other criminals were gunned down, and yesterday this happened. So it is unfortunate. Mr. Ibrahim Mwamba will be joining us, but we quickly go on this particular video and show you the flood situation in Lusaka and how citizens are trying to cope with the flood situation. After that, Mr. Mwamba joins us.
Nanti mapele mshoja mashoja kwenda pangono
Samson ari kuti komani do vintu vizamboenda do vintu vizaenda
enda do baikome.
Ngati mwachosa mose koma ndo.
Na chigriu do, makamaka chigriu do, vintu visazie.
Chigriu, chifo singeni.
Iwe junya chokani.
Choka yo, mwini mwana.
Lema kutumu.
Mwini mwana.
Muzeni achoke imwe.
Choka iwe.
Ngata kwa mwera moneni mwena papa.
Akamulele moneni. Achoka.
Saxon koma dona griu do.
Koma do.
Ndio wala suja muda. Vara wewe.
Wanga imwe mvura kwanji. Yunga za kumbira.
Bavara. Griu.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. And like I said, that we'll be joined by our guest this particular morning, Sasida, our president and the only young person on the Tonse Alliance Council of Presidents, Mr. Ibrahim Kabwe Mwamba, joins me this morning. Mr. Mwamba, good to see you and welcome.
Good morning, Joe, and good morning to the viewers out there.
Fantastic. Now, Mr. Mwamba, as of yesterday, barely 24 hours ago, we intercepted a statement coming from you.
Yes.
Dear viewers, you can see me scrolling here. I'm looking for that statement from Mr. Ibrahim Mwamba. Okay, he's right here. Okay, so in this statement, Mr. Mwamba, you are saying to the Honorable Mr. President and the UPND government of Zambia, I'll read it in part. We appreciate the announcement of the new airport project in Nakonde, undertaken by ZNS and a Chinese company. However, we cannot help but question the prioritization of this project given the current state of our economy and competing development needs. Elaborate more, Mr. Mwamba. What are you trying to say in this particular statement?
I think for me, what I can tell you is that as a country, we are in a very, serious problem.
Okay.
Like just serious problems. You see, number one, the government needs to fight corruption.
Okay.
You see, there's corruption everywhere in the UPND government. Starting from the CDF, there's corruption. Ministry of Health, there's corruption. Even at the Anti-Corruption Commission, there's corruption. You understand? So now, looking at how Mr. Hichilema is failing to fight these problems that has arose in his government, and to continue failing to sort out problems that people need his answers as soon as possible. Number one, we've been hit by flood. Okay. You go in Kanyama, you go in Matero, you go in Kamara South, in Chawama,
Okay.
Just recently, I received a report from one of our students at the University of Zambia. There was a serious disaster that water spilled into the
hostels?
The hostels. And DMMU went there and wrote down all the students that were affected. Ama laptop yari onauka, ama books, phones, and everything that they are going to compensate the students.
Okay.
And these are issues that I feel if President Hakainde Hichilema has got a heart, we've got a Ministry of Health where there's serious, shortages of medicines.
Okay.
Something that we need to see. Where I come from Mwembeshi in Shiwindi district, we are lacking a hospital there since 1964.
There's no hospital.
No hospital Amdala. Ngawarwara kukushita refer to UTH or Levi Mwanawasi.
From Mwembeshi.
You can't do an X-ray in Mwembeshi. You can't do an X-ray wafuni kwa kuboko. Kukutuma kuno kurusaka. You see? From 1964, kukwari baba ntakwa befina makuri. When you go there and check the road network where there's the Konkola copper mine, the road is bad.
But there's a mine there.
There's a mine. You see? So now, if you look at the infrastructure initiative which was done by the Patriotic Front Party, and the money that they borrowed to construct airports. Number one, if you go to Livingston, that airport was being renovated and also adjusted in some areas which they needed to modify the airport in terms of even just new houses for the workers there. When you come here in Lusaka, we've got a new airport. Moreover, you go to the Copper Belt, there's a new airport. You go to Northern Province, there's a new airport. And these airports themselves, they can tell you that, say, what is the impact in terms of just revenue collection and also the impact on the economy. Moreover, how and what will the country benefit from Nakondwe now that there are a lot of crises in this country which needs the attention of money to make a 2.8 billion. But airport. I think for now, yes, we support development, but for now we don't need the Fiamma airport. No, parking Indalama, Pari airport. Yeah, it can get revenue maybe after 3, 4, or 8 or 10 years for us to start seeing that yes, this time this is what Nakonde is lacking. Once we bring in an airport, this is how much money we'll be making. I think for now it's not what we are looking for. Right now, what we are looking for from this government is to bring a hospital there in Shibuyunji, where people and the President knows that he was sworn in to uphold the constitution and protect the people of Shibuyunji by giving them a good, conducive hospital. Then, abantu ngana kwata complication. Abana limita waikere wino. Imagine they bayambira pakati vanesi vafirwa. They have to transfer because there's no doctor there. How many lives have we been losing? So those are things that I'm just looking at this government. They look in full of terror. Now look in full based on maybe because of load shedding and what you guys are going through for generator area. But now, you know, we are looking at this rain, which is now damaging crops. Where we have to expect a bumper harvest. No, but could I foot in Sarayembi? No, but I think for now, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, what I'm just asking from you, let's prioritize projects that are needed now. You are going into an election. You can't start constructing an airport, Wamdara. Airport. How many airports do we have here in Zambia? And if you ask me, Joe, just go to the airport, how much money was being spent on that airport, and how much is it that airport giving back to this country? You understand? So, for me, I feel, number one, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema needs to fight corruption, which has sparked in all corners of his ministry. Go to Ministry of Lands, not ama councillors, councils, you know, have been go to Chongwe. The mayor there has been suspended. That's where he should put money, move ACC. So those officers are able to move and close the taps where there is corruption all over. In Katombola, go there, you find that the council chairperson now, he has been found in a case where he, over 190,000 kwacha. You know? And these are just small things. If the anti-corruption today was tasked to monitor closely and audit CDF, you find that the country is losing a lot of millions. Because now, CDF has become Jakusovana, Java UPND structure. Jisovana Mundara. Chakuliabo. You know, Umazat Musako. Musago, see those dry maize, you boil it, you put salt. So you just put in the big pot, put in the kitchen. Magwaza. So no wana na babu kakusenya. So robainda kumunda, orobasobera, akamechenja rapita wainda watapura. Magwaza. Wambera kulipe na opupa that no tutungono This is what is happening to CDF.
Also, people are just dipping their fingers.
Vamdara CDF, we can I'm telling you, for me, this is the policy that I want to implement when we form government as Dose Alliance. CDF Vamdara, yeah. Decentralization,
36
taking money to the doorsteps of the community. That's a plus.
Okay.
If there's one project that I feel that the UPND, if they were serious people in leadership, why? Because that project, no any political party was going to come back and say they failed.
Okay.
But now, because this CDF, it has become a scam of corruption, just with few individuals that thought they fought for Misaka election for 23 years to form government and start eating. Go closely, look at
the president is not aware, Mr.
Mamdara. If President Yaka Indechilema, you can't say that he's not aware. He's aware
of what is happening.
He's aware. He always talk about himself wherever he goes that he's fighting corruption. When we took over our colleagues, you know, that type of language of President Yaka Indechilema is too hypocritical. The man should put his foot down and fire people. You understand? The vehicle of CDF is under Minister of Local Government. He needs to check that minister, because that minister needs to go and supervise and make sure. Because Vamdara, look, there's an issue of 5.3 million watch, which just disappeared. Under the Auditor General's report, says that 5.3 million was being disbursed to cooperative that does not exist. You follow this cooperative, there's not even phone number, nothing. You understand? We know that there are people that have registered these fake schools, you know, driving, then they apportion money to go to those same schools. When you go to those same schools to check those students that they've registered, they're not there. Those are things that I want this president to go and check, because you cannot, bring programs, cash for works. That cash for work, for me, if indeed that cash for works had, a heart, to help someone who is offering labor.
Okay.
Just here in Lusaka, we've got a lot of youths that are jobless.
So, Mr.
Almost about 2 to 3 million youths here in Lusaka who are jobless.
I want to ask.
So, if there's a project of cash for works, yesterday I went and asked.
Projects are only on paper.
It's just one of those things where you and me can agree and look at the proposal, which is making sense. You provide the money. No, but implementing a project, supervising and auditing a project,
Okay.
you understand? This is where the major issue with this government is. It's a one-man show where we just expect a president to monitor each and every project that has been put on a step.
Can the president manage to do that?
30, but he always put it like he can manage. That's why I want to feel cafe. You understand? Well, I was checking Mutaonu. Those guys, Buramkairo Road, whatever I thought those were cash for. Those are council workers.
Okay.
You understand? Then when you go in town, corner to corner, you ask, not Shabam town. Bamdara, if that cash for work was a viable project, a project that is sustainable, a project that can be beneficial to the young people. Even those chaps that are in Pofu, robots, even those chaps that we saw that were stealing laptops and phones, those chaps were going to stop doing that.
Okay.
Because the job that is there is simple. You pick a liter, plastics and what,
and
you are blocked. So, these are just political projects. When there's a by-election, Mwasenda ama youth that you know that they will vote, you give them money. While you are giving them money,
but
you tell them to vote for this candidate.
Mr. Mwamba, isn't that a disservice to the Zambian people and to Zambia itself?
That's what I'm telling you. That such scandals. For now, they seem to be okay. But I just want to tell the UPND that whatever Tonsi Alliance, they should not think that it's just an opposition that they think they can just, push and think they can win an election. When the tables change, and we should avoid, as a country, where if there's a government that is in power, then the citizens of the country feel like that other government that is being formed should just form and continue from where those guys are from. If you are more konkana, you understand?
Are you not threatening citizens?
No, how should I threaten citizens? I'm threatening those that are in government to do the right thing.
Okay.
You understand? Why should I threat voters that feels that this government has failed?
That you come and arrest them?
Arresting is part of the law.
Okay.
You understand? Just like many arrests that we have seen, you understand, under this same government, it will still bounce on them. Okay. We can't have a government of Mdara where if you can, in a normal, sometimes I ask myself, is this the real HH that used to campaign in the opposition? Is this the real HH that gave a powerful, press statement when he was sworn in as the president of this country in Aero Stadium? I always ask myself, is this the same HH when he was swearing in his cabinet in State House? The way he used to talk to them, the way this man used to have workshop, talking to each and every department of government, starting from directors, PSs, ministers, mayors, council chairperson, and even just a collective of members of parliament. If you didn't have change, I think you have a for our president. He has stopped listening, he stopped seeing. Because you can't have a ministry that has lost 61 containers of medicine, diverting those parking. And you look at that minister as a leader and your best minister. And when people complain, you just reshuffle that minister, take him to Minister of Land. And when that Minister of Health is not there, the same minister that you move to Minister of Health, you take her back to act. This president reminds me of jokers that I've seen.
What is happening, Mr. Mwamba? What is really happening to a governance system of this country? Is it like the way you're putting it? Are we seeing a situation where in opposition somebody is different, when they form government they are different? The way you are speaking right now, the way you are articulating issues, when you come into government as well, are you going to change the tone, or what happens to you, the politicians?
No. For us, sometimes some of these things matters with age also.
Okay.
You understand? That's why if you've seen that Tonsi Alliance is moving in a direction that is very, one of the kind.
Okay.
We've got a number of youths that are there. There's my young man, Jason Mwanza. There's myself. There's Parupara. There's Grigori. There's Chanoda Ngwira. And just few other young people. Legal mind. Young and straightforward people. Okay. You understand? Mixed with the wisdom of President President Edgar Chakwarungu, mixed with wisdom of President Danipule, mixed with wisdom with President Edith Nawakwi, mixed with wisdom with President from the ZRIP, which is KBF, mixed with wisdom with President Sean Tembo, and mixed with wisdom with our great Secretary General, Mr. Raphael Nakachin. Okay. So having this alliance, we are moving to a direction where youths should be given at least a voice in that decision making. You understand? Okay. Now, from our other colleagues, those are expired projects. Even just looking at where they are coming from.
He's coming with experience, Mr.
No, that experience, my friend, is what has led the UPND to go down. nokuprinta endalama okubika po efinama mamona
What if I make a point?
you just put things that you know matters. You cannot go and put a buffalo that looks like a cow on the money. I'm done.
Okay, so
we need to be
Mr.
serious as a
Mamba, we are
government.
coming to the currency. Let's go step by step. I want us to go step by step. So we go to our Facebook page, obviously, and see if there are some questions. Okay, we do have Nelly B. Jean, who says, "Good morning, Joe, the gentleman and the viewers. Please, Joe, ask that gentleman who will be president after they vote out HH, who will be on the ballot paper, whom they want people to vote for 2026. Who's going to be on the ballot paper 2026?
What I can do, there will be a new president.
Who?
As I'm telling you, look, for now, I don't say alliance.
Stop hiding.
But I'm telling our candidate is President Lungu.
Okay. Okay.
Our candidate that told and is on record. And we have assured the Zambian people
Okay.
that President Lungu is going to be on the ballot
Okay.
in 2026.
Okay. And for those that are asking that what happens to a judgment that was passed?
Look, and I want to remind the Zambian people.
Or maybe it's part of plan.
No. Look, the Constitutional Court.
There's something you're not
Listen,
telling
the
us.
Constitutional Court has allowed the citizen, including you, and that same person who has asked me a question,
Okay.
to go and challenge the Constitutional Court that the judgment that you passed on President Lungu is not right.
Okay.
You understand? Just like many judgments that have been challenged. Because if I take you back, there's been 4 judgments that has allowed President Lungu to participate in the 2021 election. 4 of them.
Okay.
Chapter 1 Foundation, the Danny Pule, the other one with this guy Kabampi, who was a member of parliament in Katuba. You know, all of them, they said President Lungu is eligible, and he contested the election. You understand? And the President Hakainde Hichilema, with his own wisdom and his own government, they've said, no, this judgment was done wrongly. President Hakainde Hichilema went in an election with a candidate who was not eligible. You understand? Something very strange.
Okay.
Because if you are in an election where there's a bad judgment that allows a president to contest in an election, which is a bad judgment, which does not amount to free and fair election, you allow that election to happen, another person wins, and another, they go after 2-3 years, you go and challenge that this person was not eligible. And the court saw it fit to say, no, that judgment that we gave was wrong. We agree. But this person cannot contest in the next election.
Okay.
What about the free and fair election? If any of those that participated in an election goes and challenge the Constitutional Court to say, I want the election to be unified, because in that election, we had a candidate that was not eligible. You understand? So, right now, even myself, I can go and challenge the Constitutional Court to say President Lungu is eligible.
So when is that challenge going
That's
to
what I'm
come?
telling you. That's why I'm telling you that it's one of those things that you should put in your back of your mind, that the Constitutional Court under President Hakainde Hichilema, you can go and reopen a case that has been passed on at any time.
But we're looking at...
You understand? And even the Constitutional Court, it's normal, they can change and say, oh, we made a mistake. In fact, President Lungu is eligible.
Okay.
So those
But
are
we're looking at
things
time.
that...
This is 2025.
No, don't
February is coming to an
who's
end.
looking at time?
The people of Zambia.
That what?
That time is running out.
No. The people of Zambia, what they want is a political party, which is the National Congress Party. And the people of Zambia are looking at a candidate, which is President Lungu, versus President Hakainde Hichilema in the next election.
Okay. Now, let's talk about Petauke. The new Congress Party under the Tonsa Alliance won the Petauke Central Parliamentary seat. When you heard the news and you saw the results, how did you react to that news?
My brother, I want to tell the people of Zambia that we have been on the ground, we have been monitoring from Kawambwa. In fact, if I take you back, we've won the UPND elections before. I'll give you an example. One of the elections that we won, but based on the magic that was applied, I don't know, starting with Kawata. That Kawata seat first. Along the way, there was a withdrawal of a candidate, blah, blah, blah. We went into an election. You saw the margin. It was just after a few months of UPND forming government.
Okay.
You go to Rwangwa. There was a council chairperson election. We won.
Okay.
You go to Petaoke, there, we won.
Okay, the recent one.
No. Council chairperson.
Oh, okay.
You know, council chairperson in Msaza.
Oh, okay.
We won.
Okay.
You understand? Then they started fighting PF. So we have a lot of issues in court. You understand? But when we formed an alliance of the Tonse Alliance 100 days ago, we participated in Kawambo. And for me, my job was to mobilize youths, recruit youthful votes, and the youths voted in Kawambo.
Okay.
And I can tell you that election, if it was a free and fair election, that election, it was on our favor.
In Kawambo.
There was a lot of violence that was happening there that allowed most of the young people to just, shun away. And a lot of malpractice, you understand? That was raised, in fact, even at the press briefing of the Tonse Alliance.
Okay.
When it came to Pambashi and Petaoke, I think we had a strategy.
Okay.
And a very bad strategy. So my job was to look at, because we are moving in a way that we are looking at the youthful votes.
Okay.
And slowly, nicely, it is responding to what we have planned.
Okay.
So when you look at Pambashi and Petaoke, it's just that we look at where there is state machinery.
Okay.
The state machinery which was applied on Petaoke, it was one of the best machinery that the UPND government under President Hakainde Hichilema would have given, to make sure that the seat of Petaoke, whether you like it or not, should go to the UPND.
Okay.
And we just applied Plan B and won that seat. Easy. And I want to assure the people of Zambia that moving forward, let them call for any by-election. And you will see the result.
Okay.
And the result should prepare.
Nelly B. Jean comes back and he asks you a question, Mr. Mwamba, saying, what if again the judgment that you are going to appeal doesn't go your way? What's going to happen?
Plan B.
Plan B will be put in motion.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Mwamba, but let's make progress, and obviously viewers, you can call us or engage us via our Facebook page. We are with Mr. Mwamba here. He is coming from, he is Sasida president and part of the Tonse Alliance. Now, you mentioned some features on the new currency notes. What are your views regarding this move by Bank of Zambia, obviously, to introduce new currency notes, number one, and also to remove some features from the banknotes? They are saying this has helped them enhance security features on the new currency notes.
For me, I've seen how the Bank of Zambia has been trotting from one station, one TV station, one radio station to another. Moneni, sometimes
Okay.
is the worst bank of governor Zambia has ever had. Worst.
Why do you
That's
say so?
Dan Karela.
Why do you
As
say
much as you look at his CV, the level of, I know it might sound very uncomfortable with him, but I just want to put it on the record.
Okay.
Because there is no way. For him to come and excite the people of Zambia at the expense of changing currency, when the rate of the dollar is increasing like the name forward. You understand? We cannot, start doing experiment. It's not government. It's unacceptable.
Okay.
We can't bring the idea of changing currency from that. There are pressing issues there at the Bank of Zambia. There are pressing issues at the Ministry of Finance there. There are serious pressing issues. Whatever Msokotwani, now what are my issues? Yeah, but when he just wakes up, I don't know when, sometimes these recycled people need to be changed. At some point, more position. But nimpera opportunity to serve as a finance minister. Whether I require a background, yeah, bank of World Banking, IMF, sitting on those committees and whatever, it's not applying to this country where we can say that, Msokotwani is doing something that the people of Zambia should jump. Or the Dan Kadiaria, who was fired at some point by President Lungu during his time and brought back and make things worse. Things are worse from there. So I want to sit here and start discussing if you know Bandera Machons. I think I will just waste the people. Zambians are not interested to have a new crisis. And if you look at even their political explanation that they want people that were hiding money in PF and those that will be depositing money, they will be questioned and whatever. Those are just imagination. Umuntu afilwa ambo kupena. Like kula watu wanaka. You start acting like you are a blind person. Or no umuntu otaumfa. People want that means of finance and President Kagame to increase proper salaries to civil servants.
Okay.
Abantu bambe for indarabesha amano so that they should be able to manage the high cost of living in this country.
How about you and I in the
understand?
private sector?
In terms of what?
In salaries. You're talking about salaries.
That's what I'm saying now.
For civil servants.
So if the government sets a tone, not about 500 kwacha by the Mikram one, then you tax those same 500 kwachas. No. Give people a salary that is very, helping.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot be giving change then when the high cost of living is very high. You understand? So when it comes also to the private sector, I think government should also exercise, in terms of, like panel. Look at this station. One by the minister kuma DSTV kudia with those explanation from Tawakawana, which I feel my elder brother also would have also just keep quiet and manage so that it brings good news to the people. Not to waisa wapera statement what will side kuli bayabe never katikisha never DSTV and a poor station with the employees like you, which means we are going to affect your homes. You understand? We need you people here. Zesco would have put an initiative. Or because information is very key. I'm a genset fuel. Or I'm a genset for the time being when they are working on the issues of electricity. And you provide your own fuel. Those are things that we expect government so that in the end genset or fuel it's able to be put on the salary. You see, those are things that we need to see this government thinking outside the box. But number icharo chiruma problems. You go and think of changing a currency just to fix PF. It's unacceptable. PF with now you've taken it through a dubious way by using mouse sampa. Mouse sampa. Changing office bearers. When people are seated in a table and they're excited. Because PF is the people's political party. PF is a pro-poor political party. PF ruled this country for 10 years. You can't just kill a viable political party which has over 60 members of parliament. It's unacceptable.
Okay.
Where is the democracy? That President Hakainde Hichilema today should talk about and climb a mountain to say, when I was president, I allowed democracy in my country. I allowed the opposition to assemble. I allowed the opposition to mobilize. I allowed the opposition to participate in all the by-election. Today, when they call for by-election in Western, Northwestern, and Southern province, Marisanga kufeweka. And sometimes our brother Harikara from the UKA Alliance tries. Now afraid me, but look at the numbers which they get. 60 votes out of 5,000 votes to the UPND. Oh, 545 who are less than 64 votes. Why? Because
what's causing that?
Number one, there's no democratic space in terms of just by-election.
Okay.
Mauvwa, kuli violence, police with the ruling party. Things are not just moving in a proper direction. Why? They want to kill the opposition so that they can have a free, sweet 2026 general election, which is very, not possible. You understand? So, we should avoid to politicize certain issues. Our Bank of Zambia, ngabara for kuchinja currency, they've had 5 years.
Okay.
Mauvwa, I think in their second year would have said that these are making sense.
They're saying this proposal came in 2021
So it has taken them 3 years
to implement.
Withdrawing a finama, buffalo area, and also removing the K and put them 500 without those. My brother, to tell you the truth, go on the ground. People are not interested in Nefia and Ramafi. And if they are listening to UPND, start doing what the people of Zambia are asking you to do.
Okay. Before we go, Mr. Mwamba, what are the people of Zambia doing? Just answer that question. Then tell us why people should believe and trust the Tonse Alliance.
Number one, the Tonse Alliance is a new Moses of Zambia.
Okay.
It consists of professional, experienced players. There's a former president, former ministers, former members of parliament, and experienced youths that are part and parcel of the table of the Tonse Alliance. We have got a president that is coming from being the commander of chief of the former government for 7 years. He knows what made him to lose the election, and he knows the mistakes that he made during the time he was presiding over the affairs of this country. And by having that lesson, we have seen also where our brothers now are going in a different direction of losing power.
Okay.
So we are coming with a new strategy that we are going to listen to the people of Zambia.
Okay.
We are going to apply the leadership that the people of Zambia are asking us to do. I'll give an example. The 230,000 kwacha of ZNS minimum. You understand? As Tonse Alliance, we're looking at reducing that amount of a bag of minimum. You understand? We are looking at reducing it, massively reduction from that.
From 230.
From 230 to an affordable price of the Zambian people. You understand? So we are in an alliance that we are very steady at analyzing issues, and very soon we are going to give a roadmap to the people of Zambia on how we are going to tackle the health sector, the mining sector, the energy sector, the youth, you understand, and just the rule of law itself. Because we saw our brothers ever on radio, on TV, crying that we were running a dictator regime, but today is doing things almost, double of the things that we have never seen. Munomcharo, even me coming on this TV station, I have to be very careful.
Okay.
2, 3, 4 days whatever seditious.
Practice it.
Yeah, people cannot talk. All of my bus have but it's no kulanda. You understand? Because you don't know who's recording, because the Milan shows any seditious practice. They're trying to incite the people of Zambia to rise against the government, which is very unfair. People should express themselves. People should feel the freedom that their forefathers fought for. You understand? But we're in a very different environment. So, as Tonsi Alliance, as a member of the Tonsi Alliance, you understand? Though we have a spokesperson that can speak on behalf of the Tonsi Alliance. But what I'm telling you, I've joined an alliance that I feel will do a better job than the UPND government. You understand? The issue of corruption, which we thought our colleagues were going to end, now is out of hand. You will find, you go to Ministry of Health, you find a PS who should be a custodian of fighting corruption in a ministry, is there to champion his own company. You know, to get a contract of 6.6 million. 6.8 million, watch. Mamona. So, abantu bareko chintinya. That shows you that the president who is there, abantu bareko kumumfuira. Because many times you've heard the president, no, when you're arresting a person, arrest that person while you've already investigated the matter. You understand? But I'm telling you, one of my clients, and I want to put it on record, one of my clients who is a British citizen, was arrested by the Zambia police, you understand, put in cells for 2 nights, and they removed him out of cells without any charge.
Okay.
Even when I signed the surety as a surety for bond, you understand, where are we going? Because the president has put it, this is a British citizen. Now imagine today if the ambassador complains to President Hakainde that there is unlawful detention in Zambia. People are being detained based on who lead them or another connection with the police and everything, which is very unfair. So I want to put it on record that there's a lot of criminal elements that are happening in this institution. Be it Mudeki, be it anti-corruption, be it Zambia police. The president should stand up now and face those criminal elements. We are happy when we see people like Mamyambango, who was the Deputy Inspector General of Police, who was fired. And now the firing should trickle down. Let him go and check the men and women in uniform. Some of them, they are doing a very bad service that will backfire to President Hakainde. There is no way a British citizen, first, number one, you go to his hotel room, you understand, you go and you force him out of his room without a warrant of arrest. Mtwara Kudrans police station, you keep him for 1 night. Second, you even fail to allow him to provide a counsel, a lawyer. Just because someone behind has got a connection, he knows 1 or 2 people. Police. You take him to Kawata police, you release him without a charge. Okay. Now imagine these sales of ours. There are issues in terms of just even health-wise. Effect afwa. Whom are you going to blame? And I've told him to instruct the lawyer to write to the Attorney General and to the Inspector General of Police, and also notify the British ambassador about this happening, because someone needs to pay for this. Because Zambia is a good country, Zambia is a country of laws. Zambia, and on record, the president has instructed the Inspector General of Police to arrest people when they have established a case.
Okay.
And make them appear before the court of law. Okay. So that the court can preside and see whether that person is guilty or not guilty. Okay. Mamona, So
Mr. Mwamba,
these
we
are
need to
just
go.
yes. So before going, I think I just want to appeal to the young people in the country to join the Tonse Alliance, the biggest political opposition alliance in Zambia. Join us as we form government next year.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Mwamba, thank you so much for coming through as well. We appreciate you coming through this morning. And we can only wish the Tonse Alliance and the NCP and all the parties involved, PEP and CDP,